Dear Prime Minister, members of Cabinet, members of Parliament, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor, and of course we have our Commissioner of Police and the ranks of the Guyana Police Force. I want you to put your hands together for our men and women in uniform as they continually work towards the safety of our country. You know, the years ahead of my government will be years labored with love. There will be years through which love will guide the hands of development, and love will charter its way to the hearts of our people. I strongly believe that all of us must love God with all our heart, soul, and mind. And we must also love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And if we love our neighbor as we love ourselves, there is no North Georgetown, there is no South Georgetown, there is no quarantine, there is no Puerto Rico, there is one Guyana, in which development embodies all of us, and all of us embody this beautiful land, Guyana. Love is not just a feeling, it is a behavior. It is kind and patient, not envious, not boastful, and importantly, it keeps no record of wrong. And many people many times ask me, how do you tolerate such a person? This person cussed you up 2 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. This person challenged you. And it's because I've reconciled in my heart that I need not burden my soul with the individual, but that I uplift my spirit with love. And it is this formula that I believe will bring success to our country. As we embark on a journey of 60 years of independence, these are beautiful accomplishments today. There'll be more tomorrow, and there'll be more 5 years from now. But to get that, you must love those who love you, and you must support those who demonstrate a behavior to show you that they love you. And this road today is a demonstration of a government to the people, showing you that we love you, showing you that we're investing in you, showing you that we're investing in your future. And what do I mean by investing in your future? I asked the Minister of Finance to contact the Chief Valuation Officer and to get for me the latest transactions in this community. There are many huge ones, but I want to give 2 examples. In 2021, there was a piece of land bought here along this highway for $5 million Guyana dollars. In 2026, that same piece of land was sold for $38 million Guyana dollars. Here is where, because of one investment by a government of love and care for you, the net value of every family here has gone up. In this case, by more than 700%. That family became 700% better off in just 4 years because of this investment. The second example is a property bought in 2017 for $23 million. Minimal renovation was done to the property, and the property was sold in 2026 for $112 million. So when people ask you how this matters, why it matters, and what benefit it brings, these are real families, real individuals, real Guyanese who saw their net asset grew by more than 500% in just 5 years. Now, in any economy in the world where your asset is growing by 10% even every year, they call that miraculous. That is not guesswork. In 5 years, you had your net asset growing by an average of 100% annually. Where else, Ashley? You just came back from the IMF meeting. Where else? You know, I was listening to the brief. Ashley was debriefing me this morning. And I listened through the brief and read some of the papers and the reports out of the meeting. It's all doom and gloom, except for just a few. On one hand, I can say, bright spots around the world. And we are blessed that we are part of the bright spot around the world. Let us not take that blessing for granted. Let us not take this era in our history for granted. Let us not believe that this era of development is accidental. It is planned, it is thoughtful, and it is deliberate. Just imagine life without the Eccles Mandela Highway. Imagine life without the Heroes Highway. Imagine life without the new Barajagir-Damrava Bridge. Imagine life without the expanded East Bank East Coast Corridor. Imagine life without the 4-lane bridges. Imagine life without the new Diamond bypass. Imagine life without the Ramsburg new 4-lane highway. Imagine life without the Greenfield 4-lane highway, the Providence 4-lane highway, the Mocha expansion, the Eccles bypass, and the Diamond Busby Dam 4-lane highway. Just imagine life without that. Well, guess what? Just less than 5 years ago, none of that was there. And just 5 years into it, we cannot imagine what life will be without it. You know, I was telling Ashley again that when we did the first 4-lane highway, the old East Bank Highway as we know it, we were all in finance and he said, hey boy, this is it here now. Think tight tape for the next 30, 40, 50 years. We said, this is it. This is the max point we see in here. And by the grace of God, we get to see that there is much more that is being done and that will be done. So, residents of South Rumbelt, North Rumbelt, Festival City, Lamaha Springs, and indeed residents of South Georgetown, and all those who use this roadway. Today is an important day in South Georgetown because today we're continuing to lay the foundation of that new Guyana. For many years, Aubrey Barker Road has served as a trusted artery to and from the communities of South Rumbelt, Festival City, Lamaha Springs, Stevedore Housing Scheme, and North Rumbelt. It has carried families to work, children to school, housewives to markets, and dreams to destination, albeit with a lot of frustration. It has had its fair share of problems. When it first was built, big buses used to ply the roadway. And there used to be accidents, and some of these accidents resulted in fatalities. But the road served its purpose as a vital corridor of connectivity. But cities grow, economies expand, population increase, more and more persons use our roadways. Traffic multiplies, and when a nation is moving forward, its roads must move forward too. That is why today, this historic roadway has been transformed into a modern 4-lane thoroughfare, built for the Guyana of today and prepared for the Guyana of tomorrow. This road now links South Georgetown more efficiently to the rest of the city. It connects communities directly to the Heroes Highway. It creates faster access to businesses and developments along that corridor. It strengthens movement towards the Eccles to Ogle 4-lane highway and onward to the East Coast. So let no one misunderstand that what is happening here, Aubrey Barker Road, is not an isolated project. It is a strategic project. It is not a local upgrade. It is part of a national upgrade of the road transport system. It forms part of our broader road transport master plan, a plan designed to improve connectivity, better integrate communities, reduce travel time, unlock new lands, stimulate commerce, and modernize Guyana's transport infrastructure. Because roads do more than carry vehicles. Roads carry workers. Roads carry goods. Roads carry opportunity. Roads carry growth. And where roads go, development follows. Right along this road, you will see thousands of new homes being built, new businesses being built, new economy developing. That is what road does. When a modern road reaches a community, businesses gain easier to access to customers, workers can commute more efficiently, and families enjoy greater access to schools, hospitals, and essential services. Land that was once underutilized becomes attractive for housing and other development. Property value rise, private investment increases, and new jobs are created. In every country that has advanced, strong transport networks have been at the heart of that progress, because connectivity is the foundation upon which economic growth is built. We are not building roads to show that there is development taking place in Guyana. We are building roads because this is what drives development. Let me also address an important matter. The Aubrey Barker Road is now designated as a public road. That means it will be maintained and managed by the Ministry of Public Works. It will not be allowed to drift into the neglect that has unfortunately affected too many streets in our city. And I know there have been concerns, some genuine, some exaggerated, some frankly alarmist, about government taking over city streets. Let me set the record straight. We are not taking roads for politics. We are designating roads as public roads in the cause of progress. We have no political interest in dispossessing any entity. We are not playing politics with potholes. We are not campaigning with congestion. We are not grandstanding with gridlock. We are governing, and governance requires responsibility. It requires decision. It requires standing a firm ground. And I don't have the time to shift on sinking sand. If Georgetown is to become the finest city in the Caribbean, then its infrastructure must match that ambition. A modern city cannot run on broken roads. A growing economy cannot move on yesterday's infrastructure. And yes, I'm interested in seeing a People's Progressive Party civic-led city council. I'm interested in seeing strong government, strong leadership at the city hall. So don't guess what I'm saying. Don't guess what I'm saying. My intentions are clear, and the intentions of the PP Civic is clear as ever. We want the chance to run this city because the city deserves better than what it has today. And it is time the people rise up and give the People's Progressive Party Civic that opportunity to lead the city and to continue to lead the city in progress, prosperity, and to deliver good governance for the people of Georgetown. Don't second guess. It is clear to me. Thank you. If Georgetown is to become the finest city, which it will be under a People's Progressive Party Civic City Council, and don't second guess that too, we will make it happen. Trust me. To the people of Georgetown, we love you. To the streets of Georgetown, We will change you so that people will love you too. The drainage, I am not interested in casting in this blame game. If they don't want to open the coca, and if they don't want to maintain the drain, we will show the people of the city we are ready to do it, and with their support, we will do it continuously. Our road networks must be modernized to accommodate exponential growth in motor vehicles, reduce congestion, improve safety, and increase productivity. That is why more than 50 roads in the city have been designated as public roads, not merely to transfer responsibility. Do you think I want people calling me every day about the pothole? So it is not merely to transfer responsibility, but it is to accelerate modernization under our national development agenda. Because our vision is clear: better roads, better movement, better lives. This road transport master plan did not begin yesterday. It has been unfolding steadily over the past 5 years, and it continues with strength and purpose today. The expansion and extension of Aubrey Barker Road is one chapter in a much larger national story. Across Guyana, we are rolling out transformational road projects that will reshape the future of transportation. We are advancing a 4-lane alignment between Supanam and Charity, future-proofing Region 2 for growth and investment. We are constructing the Parika-Goshen Road Link, opening tens of thousands of acres for food production, agricultural expansion, and industrial development. We're developing the Parika to Schoonard Road Link, creating an alternative route for Region 3 and easing traffic pressure. We have seen, with investment we made from Schoonard to Crane, the problem is now from Crane all the way to Eccles, where people are taking 2 to 3 hours sometimes to get home, and we have to fix that. That is why we are accelerating the development of that new road. We are executing ongoing works from Good Success to Tamari on the East Bank corridor. We are advancing the Soosdijk to Tamari 4-lane highway. We are expanding the Mahaika to Rusignol highway into 4 lanes. We are progressing works on the Linden to Mabura Road. We are planning the Kurupukari to Lethem Road, which will become part of a powerful north-south corridor linking Guyana and Brazil. We are planning the Timeri to Sandhill Road Link in Region 6. We are expanding the Quarantine Highway from Palmyra to Molson Creek into 4 lanes. And we are building a road link from El Dorado to Oriala to connect with Molson Creek to El Dorado Link, creating a major eastern transport corridor that will support agricultural lands, open new lands, and stimulate enterprise. This is not random development. This is connected development. This is deliberate development. This is visionary development. Some may ask, why so many roads? The answer is simple. Because when roads improve, economies improve. When roads expand, opportunities expand. When roads connect, people prosper. Now, we also recognize that progress can sometimes bring temporary inconveniences. Construction zones test patience. Detours create frustration. Bridge work cause delays. And if you don't believe that, ask the ministers what call they get at 1 and 2 in the morning. We understand that. But let us remember that temporary inconveniences is the price of permanent improvement. Especially in our coastline. Many of these road projects require bridges, drainage structures, utility relocations, and careful engineering. And let me say this. When we came back into office in 2020, all the road infrastructure that we built in the interior to support forestry and mining, all of them fell into disrepair. They were impossible. We have to invest billions of dollars to get back those roads going so miners could have gotten back to their lands and the forestry workers could have gotten back to their jobs. That is what you don't see. That is what you don't see. You do not have to wave a wand and produce a bridge. You do not clap your hands and pour reinforced concrete. Engineering requires surveys. Engineering requires designs. Engineering requires curing time. Engineering requires safety standards. And you will never sacrifice quality for speed. Because a good road built quickly can badly serve the people. So yes, there are bottlenecks at times, but we are actively addressing them by scheduling works in phases, in lots, and wherever possible, by creating temporary detours to ease disruption. And I want to emphasize to our local planners to ensure as far as possible that when a section of a road is being done, that traffic disruption is minimized through creating detours. Because while a road is being built, life must go on. We ask for your patience, because patience today will produce prosperity tomorrow. And let me say to the people of Guyana that the traffic you endure today will become the travel you enjoy tomorrow. But while we are building roads to meet existing demand and to prepare for future growth, we also recognize that roads alone cannot carry the full burden of a modern and expanding nation. A truly modern transport system must be able to move large numbers of people safely, efficiently, and affordably to work, to school, and back home each day. That is why our planners go beyond highways and bridges. We are actively examining the development of an integrated mass transit system that will complement our road networks, reduce congestion, lower travel time, and improve the daily lives of citizens. The future of transport is not only about moving vehicles, it is about moving people. This is why we're giving serious consideration to options such as light rail system for high-density corridors, circular roads that will allow commuters to reach distant destinations by bypassing existing traffic bottlenecks, and larger modern buses for longer distance services, including routes to rural and hinterland communities. These are not ideas for tomorrow alone. They are part of the groundwork we are laying today. Our vision is clear: a Guyana where roads, public transit, and smart planning work together in harmony. Because the best transport network is one that gives people choices, saves them time, and connects every citizen to opportunity. That vision of connected opportunity, a connected opportunity-rich future, is not built by plans alone. It is built by people. Today, I wish to congratulate all those who made this project possible. To the engineers, contractors, machine operators, surveyors, laborers, planners, traffic marshals, support staff, community members, the ministers of the ministry, the staff of the ministry, the cabinet, and all those who are involved. I want to say today, thank you, job well done. To the Minister of Public Works, the Ministers of Public Works, I commend your Herculean efforts in overseeing this project and countless others across our nation. You have shown that competence, dedication, and execution can turn plans into pavement and vision into visible results. Ladies and gentlemen, we are building a country where a farmer gets produce to market faster, where a parent gets home earlier, where a business reaches customer easier, where investors see readiness, where communities, once separated, are now united. That is the Guyana we are creating. A Guyana where mobility is modern. A Guyana where infrastructure inspires confidence. A Guyana where development reaches every region. A Guyana where no community is left behind, because the future will not wait for those standing still. And Guyana is not standing still. Guyana is moving. Guyana is building. Guyana is rising. So today, as we open this 4-lane Aubrey Barker Road, may this road serve our people well for generations to come. I will not close without saying to the residents of Georgetown, you've seen over the last couple of weeks an aggressive move by government to invest in infrastructure that support your holistic living. Recently, government's lands that once housed a community center was looked at for improvement. We saw the current leadership of the City Council coming out with guns and ammunition. We will fight back with love and admiration of the people. We'll fight back not because we want more work to do. We'll fight back because we want you to have the best possible life, the best possible city, the best possible infrastructure, the best possible quality of life. And I assure you, with the People's Progressive Party Civic and your support, with this partnership, nothing will stop us. And our partnership is not political. Our partnership is centered around people. So whether you are in the PNC, the APNO, or any serious political entity, you are welcome on this journey that we started 60 years ago. You are welcome to embrace this Guyana we started to build 60 years ago. We are open to you and those who might have fell accidentally to the masquerade that allowed wrong choice. To you, the door of progress and development awaits your arrival. I thank you and God bless you.
Let's put our hands together once again.
Thank you, Madam Chair. His Excellency President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, Your Honorable Prime Minister Mark Phillip, Minister Juan Egel, other colleagues, ministers, MP, Commissioner of Police, residents of this area, the media, pleasant good afternoon. Today, another visionary project is being commissioned. Under the leadership of His Excellency President Irfan Ali and the People's Progressive Party Civic, we made a commitment to transform infrastructure across this country. We are continuously delivering on that promise every single day. The Aubrey Barker Road stands as an example of what happens when a government puts people first. It is a guiding principle of our 2026 budget, putting people first. This road is that principle in action. It is a development you can drive on, progress you can feel, and relief you can experience every single day. Every day, between 4,000 to 5,000 vehicles traverse this corridor. And this is only about 2 months ago. This will improve significantly. Behind those numbers are real people. Parents trying to get to work on time, children on their way to school, small business owners moving goods, families trying to get home safely without delay. For too long, the strain on surrounded roads meant longer travel times, heavier congestions, and daily frustrations. Today, that changes. This 4-way lane highway will significantly reduce traffic pressure on nearby routes. It will cut travel time, It will make daily commutes smoother and safer. It will give families back precious time that can now be spent at home with loved ones instead of sitting in traffic. It will mean children arrive at school less stressed and more ready to learn. It will mean emergency service can respond more efficiently. It will mean business can operate with greater reliability and lower cost. Comrades, this is what it means to put people first. These roads form part of a broader interconnected vision for national development, with investment such as the Heroes Highway and the Ogle to Eccles bypass road, all are part of a coordinated effort to improve how traffic flows across our coast. Together, these projects reduce bottlenecks and give commuters options. They ensure whether you are coming off the Barajagdeo-Demerara Bridge, moving along the East Coast, or connecting through other corridors, there are multiple pathways to get where you need to go efficiently. We are not building in isolation. We are building a network. That is why works are progressing rapidly on the other major highways, like the extension of the four-way lane from Craig to Land of Canaan, eastbound Demerara. We are going even further. This highway will extend all the way to the Cherry Jagan International Airport, creating seamless, high-capacity corridor that will transform connectivity between our capital and our main international gateway, easing congestion and opening new doors for commerce and travel. So today, as we officially open the Aubrey Road, we are doing more than unveiling infrastructure. We are delivering relief. We are restoring time. We are improving safety. We are strengthening families. And we are moving Guyana forward. This road belongs to the mother who will now get home earlier to her children. It belongs to the student pursuing a better future. It belongs to the worker who deserves a smoother, safer commute. It belongs to every Guyanese who believe in progress. Guided by His Excellency leadership, the Ministry of Public Works will continue to build, to connect, and to deliver. Thank you very much.
Madam Wilson, our MC, His Excellency President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, my colleague at the Ministry of Public Works, the Honorable Mandela Ramraj, and all my other cabinet colleagues, including my good friend Dr. Singh, and I'll talk about that a little bit more, and Minister Kroll, two very crucial players here. Ladies and gentlemen, councillors of the city of Georgetown, community leaders, residents, everyone gathered here this afternoon. 4:30 in Aubrey Barker Road, and we don't have congestion. It's a miracle that was made possible by the People's Progressive Party Civic. I would like to invite many persons whose camera lens have become very dim or soiled to please get some tissue or napkin and clean your cameras and post the pictures of Aubrey Barker. You posted the pictures when the holes were there. You posted the pictures when the streets were waterlogged. You posted the pictures when there was no way for the children to walk. Please clean your cameras and post the new pictures. Mr. President, you will recall a while ago, a young Guyanese went to Independence Boulevard and did a video. And they said, "Guess where I am?" And the answer was Brooklyn, New York. Well, we're in Long Island here this afternoon. Those of us who know. Once you pass Kaikan Street, there was no real road to get you anywhere. Those who know. The blacker was bush and a few squatters. And that is why I single out Minister Colin Kroll, who joined me in walking that alignment and talking to people. And Mr. President, a lot that was made possible and easier was because of the sterling work of Minister Kroll and his team at the Ministry of Housing and the Central Housing and Planning Authority. Oh yes, we had tensions. Voices were raised, I talked back. We hug up, we shake hands. Who wasn't moving and who can't make who move. But when people recognize the good that will come, and that's what happens when a government is responsive, sensitive, and continues to engage with the people, you get results like we are happening here this afternoon at Aubrey Barker. Mr. President, maybe sometimes we don't talk enough about it, but lots that was happening here, and as much as you didn't see the president here every week or every day, we had to be accounting, keeping him updated, taking the instructions, making the tough decisions. Where we are seated here this afternoon was an open reserve that was used by the contractors to stockpile materials and to use as a base for their operation. I think my engineers told me it measures about 65 meters by 25 meters. Mr. President, we, just before you arrived, pulled the lots of the 23 vendors who were displaced as a result of this project, and they will be situated here on this tarmac. At that time, Mr. President, I also told them that I will have an engagement with the Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, the Honorable Susan Rodriguez, of how they can get access to the new development bank so we could have the stalls that they will put up in a uniform manner where they could be able to get access to money to put that up whether they use the containers or they build with blocks, and there will be an engagement with the Small Business Bureau and the bank through the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, and we look forward to bringing development to the people in this area. Mr. President and colleagues, you will be pleased to know as well that even if we put up all 23 structures here, there will be a significant portion of this tarmac area that is remaining, and under your direction, sir, we will follow if it's put a play park for the children or other amenities for the people in the South Ruimveldt area as you will so decide. And we thank you for those instructions that will come forward. I also want to bring to your attention that while Aubrey Barker was being done, both the expansion of what was known as the Aubrey Barker Road and the Greenfield project from the Blacker going all the way back to Ogle, simultaneously to that, as a result of His Excellency's visit to South and the complaints that were received about flooding, there were streets in this area, Kaikan Street, Blue Mountain Street. Rain could have fallen 3 weeks ago, and when you come today, there'll be water on those roads. More than $777 million with 57 projects was executed for the upgrades of roads, culverts, and drains in this area while this project was ongoing. So this afternoon, we're not just talking about Aubrey Barker Road, we're talking about a development that took place as well in the South Georgetown area. And I know those of you who are anxious. The President gave his word and he will keep his word. The next phase will be the drains that will have to ensure that we get the link with the Liliendal pump station to clear this basin quickly, and we are working on that. You'll be also pleased to know that while we are doing work here on the Aubrey Barker Road and what we did in south of itself, the bridge that was continually being broken because it was an aquapanel bridge that took you over to Lemahal Springs. I see Mr. Vikos here, Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister himself who has residence in that area. The boys used to be on us, we got to fix the bridge. We were also able to do that bridge. And right now, let me tell you what is the complaint right now. You could come through Aubrey Barker Road, go through Lemahal Springs, cross the Blacker, and you're into Sophia B Field, C Field, and D Field. So people who are going to the University of Ghana don't have to go all the way out and then come around, or go all the way to Sherry Street and then come back. They could make their way through South now, B Field and E Field, which is under construction by the PPPC, and they could get to UG or they could get to other areas. Connectivity that is taking place. My colleague, Minister Ramraj, spoke to you about the connectivity. But here in South, because of the Heroes Highway, what used to be the back of South, or the back of Georgetown, Mr. President, is now becoming the front. Caneview Avenue is now becoming the new frontier of development. And Caneview Avenue is being developed from Heroes Highway heading east and Heroes Highway heading west. So those of you who haven't gone to the back for a long time, all of that is taking place. I'd like to especially thank the homeowners. It's always difficult to move when development is coming. And while we had people who came to the area to agitate and to create mistrust, those homeowners who sat and negotiated and agreed and discussed and then were removed and placed, many of them, or I should say categorically, every one of them in better accommodation than they had before on this alignment. And I would like to thank them for their job. There are just two other things I want to say this afternoon by way of my remarks. And this is not just for the people of South Georgetown. I believe this is the people of all Guyana, where development is taking place and where we are working with communities to expand infrastructure and modernize Guyana. Save the pictures of what used to be, so you'll be able to show your children of how Guyana has changed in such a short time under the People's Progressive Party civic government. And secondly, I'd like to say to all those who say things can't happen, no amount of talking can stop the development train when the people of Guyana are fully on board with what is happening. I would have liked to have here this afternoon, perhaps to say hello and to make some remarks to some people who in the very early stages came out and walked with us and worked with us and showed us what to do. But politics as it is, and the sides that people choose, rather than saying I was there in the beginning and a part of it, they're staying from behind now and criticizing what is something that they cannot stop. You cannot stop progress. So I invite all Guyanese to be part of the progressive train. And then finally, I will ask all of us to think. This was always a possibility. We didn't buy new lands. This was always here. Ask yourself, how it didn't happen before? Vision. And that's something you can't stop where the People's Progressive Party civic is concerned. Vision. Yes! While we were building the road, a couple of lampposts fell, and I took my rebuke. And I came in and said, sorry, but clean your lens of the camera and take the picture. And don't just show the lamppost that has fallen, show the road that is built, properly lit, pavement for the children, cycling lanes, and the value that this has brought to residents who are living now in South Longfeld. Mr. President, when we went to launch Independence Boulevard, I remember you telling the people, don't sell. And they took your advice because a lot of people now want to own by old people in Independence Boulevard. Property value has risen, that's a new thing. Here, develop yourselves. Keep working. And Georgetown, the myth that Georgetown does not develop under the PPPC is dispelled. Whether it's North Georgetown, South Georgetown, Central Georgetown, or Sophia, everywhere you go, visionary leadership is bringing development to all communities throughout the length and breadth of Georgetown. So I say to all those of you who believe that you had a transport that had Georgetown people written as your property, that transport is fake. The real title is being delivered. The people of Georgetown are seeing who really developed Georgetown and who will really work with them, thanks to the People's Progressive Party civic. And I'm glad to be here this afternoon to see all of you residents and those who will come out to celebrate this together. And I want to say sincerely thank you. Before I go, I will be doing myself an injustice if I don't thank Minister Indar, my former colleague who worked with me in the Ministry of Public Works. He might be sitting there and say, "Why you just forget me, but save you for last." Because, Mr. President, whenever the pressure was on, I used to try to say, "You go first." He said, "No!" But we worked together as a team, and we got this done. Thank you very much, Minister Indar, my colleague, Minister of Public Utilities and Aviation. Ladies and gentlemen, I leave the rest to the President, but I thought I'll just highlight these issues to you. Thank you, South Georgetown, for allowing us to work with you, to bring development to you and development to all of Guyana. God bless you, and thank you very much. His Excellency, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Hali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, the Honorable Brigadier Mark Phillips, Prime Minister of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Honorable Bishop Juan Ejel, Minister of Public Works, Honorable Madam Lal Ramraj, Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, other Ministers of Government and Cabinet members, Permanent Secretaries, Commissioner of Police, heads of departments, and colleagues from the Ministry of Public Works, media, community leaders, special good afternoon to you all. It is my pleasure as the project manager for this project, and it was clearly defined by our speaker, and about the importance of this critical road network. So I'm here to provide an overview of the project, and this transport infrastructure initiative that has significantly improved connectivity within South Georgetown and Region 4. The road provides access to several wards within this zone, which include North Rumveld, Festival City, South Rumveld, Lamha Gardens, Lamha Springs, and several other wards that gives connection to the East Coast. The Aubrey Barker Road upgrade represents a substantial investment in road infrastructure and forms parts of the wider effort to upgrade Guyana's road transport network. This corridor can now be viewed as a modern 4-lane roadway that strengthens the connection between South Georgetown, East Bank Demerara, and the East Coast Demerara, and surrounding communities while supporting safer and more efficient movement of people, services, and goods. The project commenced in November 2022, with the start of work in 2 lots, mainly commencing from the Mandela Avenue roundabout, heading east for an approximate length of 1 kilometer. In terms of the scope, the project involved the full reconstruction and widening of the corridor to create a 4-lane carriageway. The works included excavation, sand filling, sub-base, aggregate base, asphalt paving, paved shoulders to facilitate parking, covered reinforced drains, and those drains act as sidewalks as well for the citizens and the commuters, mainly pedestrians along this corridor. Culverts, bridges, highway lights, road marking, and other features that will ensure that we have a safe road network. These components were designed to produce a corridor that is also will be durable and allow for the meeting of the transportation needs within this zone. The fourth section was executed by Colin Talbot Contracting Services, and as I mentioned earlier, it covered 500 meters in addition to the second that covered another 500 meters, and that was executed by Surrey Paving and Aggregate Company. We then moved on to section 3, which covered 600 meters, and section 4 covered 600 meters, each one being executed by R&B Investment and the other by Premium Asphalt. And those commenced in May of 2024. We may wonder why the project was divided into so many phases, but in order to minimize the disruption to the community, it was the better approach to segment the project in such a way that we can complete sections and then move on to the other sections. In November of 2024, 3 additional lots were established that facilitate the completion of the existing Aubrey Barker Road to the Blacker Canal, which many persons within the communities would have had their forced swimming lessons in. And then from the Blacker Canal to the Ogle Eccles bypass, we had an additional 2 lots. Those were executed by China Road and Bridge Corporation and Aramco. Those totaling just approximately $3 billion. And it brought the project to an overall sum of approximately 6 billion Guyana dollars. And it covered a distance of 4.4 kilometers. And within that 4.4 kilometers, we've established the covered drains totaling 5.4 kilometers in length and pedestrian sidewalk covering similar distance. But for the portion that is beyond the Blacker Canal, there's no hard or raised pedestrian sidewalk, but we have also included cycle lane to facilitate the safe passage of pedal cyclists. Altogether, the project comprises 4.4 kilometers. And from a project management perspective, this was a complex undertaking that required continuous coordination among contractors, engineers, utility companies, and the affected persons within the community. That mainly being there were some squatters within section of the alignment, and we have also been exposed to vendors with permanent stalls within sections of the alignment. And that allowed us, in some instances, it was a challenge, but we would have had to modify the alignment and also to modify the cross-section of the road. So you will see that in some areas, the shoulder is much wider than others. And that was as a result of the presence of utilities there that they couldn't be placed anywhere, more particularly the water utilities, GWI Water Network. I am pleased to say that I had the support of a competent and committed team throughout the life of the project. And I wish to recognize two of my senior engineers, that is Mr. Kareem Critchlow and Mr. Michael Branch, supported by Clerk of Works, Ngozi and Marcus. And they were also supported, as you know, a project of this nature, and based on the challenges we had, there were several engagements. Some were supported by Minister Jacobs in his former position as a community and as a councillor in the city council, and as a community leader. There were several engagements with the communities, because from the Ministry of Public Works, it is important for us to engage before we start the execution of work, so as to get the buy-in from the public and to expose the public also to the benefits and the long-term impact the project will have on them. The Ministry of Public Works extends sincere appreciation to residents, vendors, and road users for their steadfast support throughout the execution of this project, despite the challenges encountered along the way. We acknowledge that the journey to this milestone brought disruptions and inconveniences, and we are deeply grateful for your patience, understanding, and cooperation during that process. Today, we celebrate not only the completion of improved infrastructure that will enhance safety, connectivity, everyday life, but also the resilience and unity of community that came together to make this achievement possible. The Aubrey Road Corridor Project is a strong example of the kind of infrastructure investment needed to support national growth and development. It improves mobility, supports housing and commercial expansion, enhances safety, and strengthens the overall transport network and connectivity within Georgetown and Region 4. As part of the Ministry of Public Works, our team will continue to implement and execute and supervise similar transformative projects countrywide. Thank you.